This exercise is a pull-off press with disassociation. So we're basically going to just move our hips, our lower body during this press. So what you do is you take and put the cable or band at about chest level, and you're going to press straight out and hold. You want a perfect V, not a V, but a triangle here with your arms so your elbows are locked out, and you're going to only move your lower half, just your hips. Okay, so to see from the front, I'm holding here, and I'm only rotating my lower body. I'll do 10 on one side, and then I'll switch sides and I'll do 10 on the other. So I would spin around, and I would hold, and I would do 10 on the other side. Okay, and you are allowed to push off that trail foot and get all the way up in the air, just like you're playing golf. And if you want to get more in a golf posture here and do this move, that's perfectly fine too. It's a really good drill for separating your upper and lower body at the same time working your core. This exercise is called prayer stretch. So basically what we're going to do is get down on our knees like this. Hands are going to be up on whatever this object is in front of you. You can use a stability ball. You can use a box like I'm using here. And you're going to just sit back on your heels and drop down, keeping your elbows locked. In a perfectly locked position. This is prayer stretch. You're just going to hold this in place about 30 to 45 seconds. Again, that's prayer stretch. So this exercise is going to be kettlebell disassociation swings. The important thing here is we're going to get our hips leading the way. So I would just rotate my hips before the weight drops. And what it also helps with is you don't get into early extension. So from the side, keeping my rear end back and moving my hips to start that downswing. And this is kettlebell disassociation swing. This exercise is the merry-go-round. This will help with the slice. It helps with your lower body position as well and will stop you from getting into an early extension during your downswing. So what you do is you take your trail arm and you hold the club right here. You put the handle in your hand, let it go across your bicep, and make sure that the club head is straight up and down. Then you'll take your other hand, you'll kind of hold it in place just like this, make sure you're still straight up and down. You'll set up to a ball, and you're going to rotate down till you get to that ball. And another thing you're going to look at if you have a mirror in front of you is to make sure that your head and your trail knee are aligned once you get to that impact position. All right, and from the side view, you'll set up so you can see what I'm doing here, and you'll notice that my rear end won't come forward. If it comes forward, I'll have a hard time getting it down to the ball there. I'll have to really crunch my body over, and you'll feel a lot of tension here. So you're just trying to sweep right through, get that club face to come right down on that ball. So what I want you to notice when you're doing this exercise is to feel and look at what's going on with your lower body, because that's really what we're working here. If we line up perfectly, you'll notice that you have a perfect push and center of pressure trace right here between your 2 feet. You will push directly lateral to get to that position, and in doing so, your rear end will stay back. So that is the merry-go-round. So this drill is called the corner drill. What I like to use it for is to make sure that your swing plane and your swing path are, right where you want it to be, more of an inside-out swing. And it also makes so that you don't get into an early extension and cause that outside-in swing path. So what you do is you find a corner. If you don't have a corner, you find a nice empty wall, and you can grab a chair and put a chair behind you. You need something that's going to be a little, at least to your waistline. So what I do is I set up with my foot touching the wall. So the foot has to be right against the wall or baseboard, whatever you have there. And you're going to now put your hands behind your rear end like this, and you're going to back up to the chair or wall that you have behind you. Once you get there, you're going to set up as if you were holding a club with a small cupped wrist. Put your left hand on the back side of it. Now we want to travel back. Right cheek is going to touch. We'll just go to about 9 o'clock here with our lead arm. And then we're going to push through and make sure that our thigh, our lead thigh, and our lead rear end on our lead side hit each wall or chair behind you simultaneous at the exact same time. So we'll go to the top right cheek, then we'll come through, simultaneously hit, then you can finish with your hand to the wall. But again, go to about 9 o'clock, right cheek should be touching, you should be loaded in your trail foot, and you're going to push to the lead side where this hip and your rear end will hit at the exact same time. Now from another view, so you can see it from the back side, we're going to set up the same way, And we're going to bring it back, touch, and then we're going to come through, and they should hit at the exact same time. So you can see that path is going to kind of always keep me on that slight inside out. If I come forward and I hit like this, you know, then I hit my thigh, but I did not hit my rear end at the same time. So I want to make sure that I stay low, cover the ball, and that I clear my lead hip out of the way. At the same time, I'm pushing through to the target.